The International Whitewater Hall of Fame recognizes and honors explorers, pioneers, athletes, and advocates from around the world who have made significant contributions to the enjoyment, protection, awareness, and celebration of whitewater rivers. Beginning with the class of 2005, IWHOF has celebrated individuals from Australia, Belgium, Canada, Costa Rica, the Czech Republic, France, Germany, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Slovakia, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Nominations are submitted through IWHOF affiliate organizations. A panel of knowledgeable whitewater paddlers narrows the field to determine who to include on the ballot. The voting electorate, which makes the final selections, represents paddle sport competitors, instructors, manufacturers, retailers, outfitters, and past inductees from across the globe. The IWHOF accepts nominees year-round. To nominate a deserving individual, visit IWHOF.org. The International Whitewater Hall of Fame is the central program of the World River Center, formed in 2019, and partners with the American Canoe Association to facilitate the Hall of Fame induction process. It is our honor to present exceptional individuals whose personal commitment, skill, and love for paddling have contributed significantly to the healthy state of our sport and an exciting future for all who enjoy rivers. Herman and Krista Kirchhoff were Canadian C2 mixed national slalom champions from 1969 to 1971. In August 1972, they opened Madawaska Canoe Center in Ontario on the Madawaska River, with an interest in promoting slalom racing. MKC was modeled after European ski schools with 5-day courses, taught by top-level instructors, excellent food, and a great atmosphere. Throughout the 1970s, they brought the highest level racers, notably world champions from Europe, as instructors. In doing so, many Canadians and American racers flocked to MKC and also served as instructors. As the racing heyday of the 1970s waned, MKC opened its doors to all whitewater paddlers and became a primary destination to learn and hone whitewater paddling skills, as it remains today. In addition to MKC, the Kirchhoffs also were instrumental in developing the first whitewater management plan, working with the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources to secure dam releases on the Rouge, Petawawa, and Madawaska rivers, making it possible to rely on flow for rivers located in wilderness settings. This was a personal interest of theirs and served the public years ahead of what are now familiar arrangements for recreation river releases in other countries. They worked to secure and maintain public access. In 1981, they founded Isle Rafting on the Ottawa River, for which they purchased land to use as an access location, but made it available free to everyone. Chris Hawksworth has been a whitewater influencer since the 1960s. He has contributed to the whitewater community as a pioneering expedition leader, competitor, equipment innovator, and manufacturer, filmmaker, lecturer, national facility developer, and recognized weir safety specialist. Through his decades of camera work and filmmaking, Chris made early, remarkable contributions to interest in and enthusiasm for whitewater canoeing, kayaking, and rafting. His work included early technique videos and dramatic stories of competitions, such as the 1981 Whitewater and Slalom World Championships in Bala, Wales. He was the expedition leader and filmmaker for the Marciandi River expedition documented in Raging River of Annapurna, and Colorado, which documented the first British expedition through the Grand Canyon in 1971.
And Pauline Squires, destined to become the first woman single kayakist ever to run the Colorado. Grim determination. For Pauline, as for the others, a big test of courage and skill.
Shown 3 times on UK television and distributed to over 30 countries, the film brought whitewater rafting and Expedition Whitewater to mainstream audiences for the first time and brought rafting to Europe. For nearly 30 years, Chris's firm Whitewater Limited produced near ubiquitous whitewater helmets that defined an era in 60 countries. During this time, he served as a member of British and European standards committees, co-founded and chaired the British Canoe Manufacturers Association, and contributed substantially to early international safety symposia. Chris accelerated exposure to new paddling horizons by sponsoring slalom and wild water competitors. In his home region, Chris was the driving force behind the development of England's premier dam release whitewater facility at the Washburn.
So basically, it's almost the perfect setting for this kind of event, isn't it, really?
Oh, indeed, yes. Yeah. So I walked along it in '76 and thought, you know, it's a bit narrow, but maybe with enough water, we could have an event.
He has since contributed to the development of many whitewater projects and weir or low-head dam safety. In a field in which passion is commonplace, Chris has worked relentlessly to add the extra elements to actually get things done. Joe Pulliam's life has been dedicated to whitewater, beginning with a strong love of rivers and the people he paddled with, and guided what became the whitewater industry. Early on, he built fiberglass boats with Bill Masters in his backyard, and in 1982 joined Bill at Perception as sales and marketing director. He brought to the job a business degree and a personality which made him an exceptionally effective manager. In 1987, Joe co-founded Dagger to build canoes and kayaks. Dagger leaders were well-liked and respected for building good boats, standing behind their dealers, supporting conservation efforts, and excelling at getting the word out about the joys of paddling.
Have fun. Just, you know, I think that's one thing we do. We don't get to paddle as much anymore sometimes because we're working, but when we do, we have fun, and hopefully when we work, we have fun, and when we go out and deal with people and go to shows, whatever we do, that's what we try to do.
The 1990s were the heyday of whitewater popularity, and Joe's work ethic and vision for the sport had a lot to do with that success. Dagger was awarded Canoe and Kayak Magazine's Manufacturer of the Year twice, in 1997 and 1999. In 1998, Watermark bought both Dagger and Perception. Joe stayed on as president of Dagger and later became executive vice president of Watermark, where his sound business acumen and ability to work with everyone was recognized. In 2007, Joe became Jackson Kayak's head coach and board member, and as Eric Jackson describes, a source of invaluable advice and guidance. In November 2017, Joe decided real retirement was called for. Joe has participated actively as an industry and paddling community leader by serving on the boards of the Trade Association of Paddle Sports, American Whitewater, and American Canoe Association. His skill and guidance over 35 years with integrity, openness, vision, and a love of the river environment has left his mark worldwide. The individuals honored here have been chosen to excel at living, working, training, and playing on and in support of a commitment to life through Whitewater. We should all be so lucky as to know their passion and see through their lens. The World River Center and its International Whitewater Hall of Fame is proud to acknowledge the work, passion, and vision of these honorees and congratulates them on their legacies. Help celebrate these individuals, as well as their fellow International Whitewater Hall of Fame inductees, by congratulating those you may meet and nominating others you feel deserve a similar place of honor.